Think of any footballer who has never played a game of football or who has been a very bad footballer during his playing days, but still he has signed offer for different clubs all across the world, in Europe, also in Brazil, right? You must be astonished. This is one of the biggest frauds of world football, and today I will be talking to you about it. I am talking about a very famous footballer. His name is Carlos Henrique Raposo, or Kaiser. Carlos Henrique Raposo Kaiser, he was born in a very well established family in Brazil. And like every boy in Brazil, he used to play a little bit amount of football from a very childhood time. And from there, he came into the prominence. He had very good connection with some of the football agents who used to run the football cartel in Brazil. And he got a chance to represent one of the top clubs at that time in Brazilian Football League, the Primeira Division of Brazilian Football League. Now the interesting part is that he never played a single game of football for any club in which he represented in the top leagues. Now the obvious question that will come to your mind is how he used to do that, right? So the technique by which he used to do that is that he used to fake his injuries. Sometimes within 1 or 2 days of his practice, he used to have a hamstring pull, a muscle injury, a calf strain, and he used to tell the coach that I am not fit to play the game, so I will not play it. And like that, he used to stay on the bench and used to get a very hefty salary. Now the question is how the teams used to select him if he had never played football in his life. Here again the trick number 2 lies. He had a very good amount of journalists as his friends who used to write good things about him in different reputed journals all across the world. And sometimes it was said that he is one of the best youth footballers who was playing in Europe, who was playing in the top tier of European football. And from there, he was being scouted and he used to get clubs in Brazil, right? So quite a crazy thing by this footballer. I can tell you a story, a small story that I have also heard in one of the writings in a newspaper. Once he faked a player. His name was Carlos Ferreira, who used to play in Argentine football top division. There was truly a player who used to play. So when the team went on, he said that I played for this club in this year. The team went on to do the investigation because at that time investigation was a very difficult thing. There was no Google, no transfer market to actually check whether a player, the CV that is provided to you by a player is true or not. So what they did, they went to there and they tried to investigate and they found out yes, there is a player named Carlos who is playing at that position. So from there they signed him. Later it was found that it was completely a different player. He impersonated that player in order to get a chance in the top division of Brazil football, right? So in this way, he was doing it every year. He used to switch clubs. Not even in Brazil. He played in Argentina, in some of the other Latin American clubs. He even played for some French clubs. Means lower division of France football. He also used to play. Now the question is, another important question is, he also, some used to say, it's again some of the reports has emerged that he had very good friends in Brazil football circuit. Romario, Renato Gaucho, they all were very good friends of this man. And from there also he used to tender a lot of things. He used to stay near the limelight. He has had all the parties, attended all the clubs, celebrations and everything. And he was a very good team man because another thing is that he was a very good team man. He used to cheer up for the team and was a very good person by the heart. That was again being told by some of the footballers who used to play with him. Now, to deceive the coaches who used to take him in their teams, he used another strategy. What he used to do, he used to maintain a very good athletic physique by every day going to the gym, by everything, by running, by having some physical exercises. He used to have a very good physique. Now the coaches who used to see him, they used to see, okay, his physique is all good, perhaps he's a very good footballer. They used to sign him. And in this way, everything was going on slowly but steadily. Everything was fine for him. Suddenly what happened, there was a match in which a coach, he came in. He told him to warm up at the last 2 minutes of the game. There was an injury. They needed a very important player. He was, and the only player available for that position, it was Carlos Kaiser. Now, what Carlos saw that now I can get exposed to the entire world, right? So, what he did, he went to the sidelines, started warming up, suddenly found out a fan, started a brawl with that fan, and hit him very hard. Means that fan was being hit by that player. Referee immediately came into the action. He was being shown the red card. He was suspended for 2 months. And again, he went to the bench, sitting comfortably at his comfort zone, the bench. And from there, again, taking a hefty salary. Now, he had very good acting skills as well, because he was one of the con artists. I would say he was an artist of world football, the first mad artist, because the way in which he used to convince the coaches. I mean, he had even shown his photo with some of the greatest footballers all across the world. At that time, there was no Photoshop, so it was quite difficult for a player to get those photos. And he had those photos, and he had shown them that I had played with him, I had played with him. So the coaches used to be very much happy that I am getting such a big player in my team. And after that, he used to do all this. Now, slowly but steadily, this man, he played, and after that, he disappeared. Right? So in 2018, such was his magnificence, such was his greatness. Not by playing, but by a different thing. That in 2018, a documentary was made in his name by the name Kaiser, the biggest con man. And from there, from there everything was everything about this scandal. It came to the light from again a newspaper report. So this was how the football world had been deceived. The greatest, I would say, the greatest game on this earth. It's football, one of the greatest games, and everything about it came to the light from a small incident like this. So football, it has been. I mean, we have been fraud many times by different men, but this is perhaps the biggest fraud in world football. Hope you have enjoyed this story. In order to hear more stories like this, please subscribe to the channel. Also hit the like button. This gives us extra motivation to do it. Thank you. See you again. Bye bye. Namaskar.